Hello and welcome to the Forsyth County 7th grade accelerated transition course. I want to give you a tour, some expectations and best practices so you are most successful. This course has 3 units. Before you get started with each unit, you may choose to download and print all the handouts ahead of time, or you can do this as you maneuver through each lesson. If you do not have a printer, you can simply do your work on your own notebook paper. But just realize that all your work will be expected to be uploaded within each lesson. To help keep you organized, you can also use this checklist. I encourage you to bookmark, and then you can keep track of all your completed assignments, which are the handouts and the concept checks. This course will end on July 8th, 2026. At the end of the course, your home school may expect you to come in and take a face-to-face placement test. You will need to reach out to your home school for this information. At the end of each lesson, you will have a concept check. This is a quiz. Each item gives you 2 attempts with 3 possible similar questions. That is 6 total attempts. At the end of each unit is a final exam. This is 1 attempt. There is no recovery and retake for these transition courses. Each exam has a timer of 120 minutes. If you pause the test, the timer will not be paused. So make sure that you have designated 120 minutes of uninterrupted time before beginning a unit test. Your final overall course average consists of 50% from the concept checks and 50% from the summative tests. To begin the course, we are going to use the navigation menu module. So click on modules and you're going to maneuver through each lesson, through each unit. You need to complete each item in the order as they appear. Do not try to skip items. Each lesson consists of 4 steps. The first step is an overview of what to expect. Please read each note carefully. As you can see in Unit 1, no calculator is allowed. So you will have no calculator. You will print out the handout if you have not done so already. You will take notes on your handout as you watch the video. I want to encourage you to pause the video as much as needed. You can rewatch the video as many times as you need. That is a best practice. Once you've finished taking notes, there will be some practice problems that you will do on your own. Once you have completed the notes and the practice problems, you will submit your work. After you submit your practice problems, the answer key will appear. This is another best practice. Do not skip this step. Make sure you compare your answers with the answer key, making necessary corrections. Once you have finished and you are satisfied with your answers, you will take the concept check. Again, you will have 2 attempts per question, and once you exhaust these attempts, there will be a total of 3 similar questions. Once you have exhausted the 2 attempts and you are trying a similar question, another best practice is read the rationale, the feedback that derivative provides. Do not skip this step. That is the overview. Now comes the actual lesson. The handout is located here if you have not already printed it out. Again, if you do not have a printer, simply use notebook paper. Then you will watch the lesson. Again, pausing when needed. So you will complete the notes and the practice problems, and then you will upload your work below. I encourage you to use your Google Drive to take a picture of your work, and it's easily uploaded via the Google Drive. After you have uploaded your work, the answer key will appear, and again, a best practice is to make sure you compare your key to the answer key. Make necessary changes. Then you will take the concept check. As you can see, I've already gone through this one, and you will begin and you will have 2 attempts with 3 similar problems per question item. When you're satisfied, you will go on to the next step, which takes you to lesson 2. So this is still unit 1, lesson 2, adding integers. And you will proceed the same way. Now I'm going to skip down to the unit test to show you what this looks like. So once you have worked through all 4 steps of each parts of the lessons, you will have the exam. Again, you will have an overview. Do not skip this step. Make sure you read through carefully. You will use your own notebook paper to show your scratch work, being neat and organized, numbering your problems. You will upload your scratch work after you complete the test. You will have 120 minutes for each test. You cannot pause the timer. It will continue. There is no calculator allowed in Unit 1. And before you begin the test, there is a testing agreement that you will complete. At the end of the testing agreement, in that window, you will get a message that gives the password for the unit test. This is a sample of what the page looks like, but this is not the password for this test. This is just a sample of what it will look like. At the top of the test is that testing agreement. You will click on the testing agreement. You will put your name. You will go through the yes/no questions, and then once you submit, the password will appear right here. Then you will go back to the test. You will input the password, and then you will complete the exam. Again, once you begin the exam, the timer will continue. Once you complete the test, you will be asked to upload your scratch work here. Again, I highly encourage you to use Google Drive. It is easy to upload. Once you finish the exam and you upload your work, you will move on to Unit 2 and so forth. At the end of Unit 3, you will get a notification that you need to reach out to your home school to see if there is a face-to-face placement test. Good luck and have a good summer.